Hey everybody, I'm Reverend Bree, founding curator of the Black Millennial Cafe and creator of this new 12-week Bible study. I'm so excited. Listen, I must tell you that this makes me feel like I am the FUBU of the gospel, right? For us and by us. I will tell you that I began researching Black millennials and faith for my doctoral research. And I'm the only researcher in the country who holds this type of data. So I have quantitative and qualitative data. I researched more than 1,000 Black millennials. From there, we went to a host of small groups and then some individual interviews. And so I've used what I learned in that and what I know about the Bible, because I am a preacher, to make sure I could create a Bible study that was more relevant than what I'd seen, that allows us to use some digital abilities and just kind of change things up. So when you're actually looking at this, you're going to learn that I looked at all of the different learning styles to make sure they were included in everything. I know that sometimes we miss people because we only have one vein, right? And we go there, and if they don't get it, they kind of miss it. And so that's why you'll see so many different steps, like what's the play, how do I take it back, or creating a mantra, or the warm-up. I really love the warm-up, and I used to do this when I would teach Bible study on a regular basis. And you will see warm-up on your portion of it, and you won't have the directions like the learner does. Warm-up means while you're reading the scripture, and you can cut the scripture as much as you want. You don't have to read the entire thing. I just wanted to tell the whole story or provide the whole story. But when you see warm-up, at that point, you read the scripture and you let the learner close their eyes and visualize it. And on their directions, it tells them it's okay to visualize it with people who look like you. Speaking of the learner, on pages, I believe 17 and 18, it'll have a learner's guide. And that is something that could be printed off or emailed to the student. Now, the part on yours that's a learner's guide should not be emailed. I sent another document that can be emailed straight to the learner. So if you want to, I would suggest that you keep the learner's guide near you while you're doing Bible study so you can see that they've been given directions on what to do as a learner. I also think this works a little differently because at the background, you actually go to YouTube and I tell the story and I talk about the story a little bit. Now, if you think it's best that you do the background, then go ahead if you want. Feel free to watch my video, translate it in a way that works best for your group, or if you have a screen in the room, click it and let them watch. If not, send them the YouTube link and let them watch in small groups. It's really flexible. I'm excited about this because it's given us the opportunity to create things that don't go over our heads or, just completely unnecessary or don't really meet the needs of communities of color. I'm also excited about this because I believe I've been called to put my research into plain terms. And so while I am a consultant and I am a researcher, I also try to create things that allow churches to grow differently, to engage better, and I think this is what it does. If you have any questions, please feel free to call me or email me. If you have something that you think should be changed, let me know. This is going to be released quarterly so that it can always be on the cutting edge. I know you're going to see some things that might be a little questionable, like when I use Netflix as additional resources, but go with it if you would. Each lesson becomes progressively more relevant, or it gets a little rawer as the time goes on. I really believe we have the opportunity to have real conversations, and sometimes I think we kind of miss each other, and so please feel free to add to whatever I've done. If you think there's something that works better for your group, do not feel that you have to go, buy the book. I've given a couple of different options. I've given programming suggestions, and if you ever get stuck, call me, email me, let me know you need some help. I pray that you enjoy this. I believe that you're going to enjoy it, that it will impact your young adult ministry in ways that you never imagined. And I also want you to know that while you are working, I am praying. I am praying that your ministry expands, and not so much in number, but maybe in depth. Not that you weren't doing a great job at Bible study, but I mean the participants will go deeper with you, that they'll be more transparent and open to where you're going. And so Please feel free to talk to me on social media at REV_BRI. Tell me how you like it. Tell me what you're thinking. Call me, email me. Let me know if you have any challenges, because I'm here for you. This was completely created to be a blessing to and a resource for churches and groups who want to just come together, study the word in a very transparent, casual, but appropriately engaging manner. So I know you're going to love this. I know that you're going to have amazing praise reports about it. So I'll see you at the next lesson. We're talking about redemption in this first lesson and what it really means for God to redeem us. And I did title it God's Radical Redemption. And I did it because we need to stop thinking radical means major ways with big numbers. Think about how radical it is for God to redeem your reputation when everyone else thinks differently about you, or what it means for God to redeem your life when you thought it was over after certain circumstances. So I'll see you in the next lesson. Click it on YouTube, and I'm going to do the background, and we're going to rock and roll. REV_BRI. Talk to me. Tell me how things are going.